Hey everybody, my name is Stuffman, and some of you might know me as Robin, and today we're doing another vlog. Or is this maybe the first vlog? I'm not sure. I don't know. And honestly, does it even matter? That's a question that you should be asking yourself. What am I supposed to talk about? I don't know what to talk about. I just felt like doing another one of these like vlog type of deals. As you might be able to tell, I'm wearing the same t-shirt as the other one because this is actually the same day. The other ones I did like in the morning-ish, like kind of in the morning. This one I'm doing like at night. But I just felt like doing more of these. It was really fun to just like talk about things, right? It's always fun to talk about things, is what I feel. And it's fun to listen to people talk about things. And now I'm trying to add this microphone into the calculation here, so it might actually sound a little bit better. But I'll apologize about this. I don't have a good camera, so this is all on my iPhone 6, I think. And I can see myself here, so I'm going to keep looking at myself because I want to make sure I look decent at the very least. But either way, welcome to the vlog. What are we talking about today? What are we talking about right now? I'm not even sure. What are we talking about? All right, so one thing that I actually did want to talk about is games that I've been wanting to play recently, but I just haven't gotten myself to play them. And not just games that I just can't get into it. It's like I've had a ton of games that's like, I want to play this type of game. I want to play this type of game. And then I start playing them and I just get like bored like that instantly. It's just done. I'm like, oh, whatever. This game was not as interesting as I wanted it to be. The first 5 minutes was just like, it's just like text boxes telling me about the fucking game. I was like, I don't care anymore. Either you let me play the game, the first thing that happens, or you show me a really interesting cutscene. Otherwise, I'm going to lose interest real fast. Real fast. And that's not to say that games can't rope me in using text boxes like that. Depending on the game and depending on the style of everything, it can definitely do that still. A good example would be like, I think like this Gaia. And that's a different type of text box. Like what I was referring to first was like tutorial boxes, but like this guy also does a lot of tutorial stuff. Like in at least the first 3 games, which are the only ones that I've played. I played the start of the 4th one, but I don't really remember it that well. But yeah, so because of that, or because of those tutorials, still like roped me in because they started out very interestingly. And it might just have been my mindset, but like one of the things that I've been trying recently is getting into like phone games, and unfortunately I haven't had a lot of cash. If you watch my first vlog, you'll know about that. But so because of that, I've been looking into a lot of free phone games, and like so many of them, for some reason that I don't understand, are like all about connecting online. Even though they're like advertised as single player game, they're like, you gotta go online and then you gotta play this game. Because if you don't go online, can't play this game. It's just, I don't get that part. But then, like, some of them try to be interesting and everything, but it's just, they somehow, they still, like, they're lacking somewhere. Somewhere it's like, just let me start playing the game. Like, especially when it comes to, like, puzzle games, they always try to have so much stuff that I gotta do, and I'm like, oh, fuck it, come on, I just want to play it. I just want to see what happens. Let me flip the things. Give me, like, a random mission first and see if I can play the game. And if I fail, or if I press a little help button, then maybe, right? Like just something, like just let me start playing the game. Let me see if I'm interested in playing the game before you bore me. And that's just like one thing. Yeah. But that's the same, like recently I've been playing, I've tried to play a lot of games in Japanese because even though I studied Japanese here in Tokyo for 2 years, I did graduate from my school. I did study at a Japanese, at the design school I went to, Tokyo Design Academy. I studied there for 2 years and it was all in Japanese. I still feel like I'm very lacking in my Japanese communication skills. Like I can have a conversation. I can talk to a person in a casual setting. But when it comes to more, like, let's say, advanced conversation topics, I feel like I can't keep up because there's so many types of like words and ways to say things that I just either I don't understand all of them or I just can't use them myself. Like, I definitely understand more Japanese than I can speak, but there's a limit to both of those right now, which I definitely don't feel when I speak English, because for me, English is like just second nature right now. It's for me, like, English and Swedish are very interchangeable. I don't have to make an effort to speak either of them. The only effort I have to make would like technically be to make sure that I don't speak both of them during the same conversation, which happens sometimes, especially when I'm drinking. But like not like a lot. It just happens like from time to time. I'll say like maybe one sentence in like the wrong language. But like my Japanese is still not there yet. Like, I'm trying to get there. But going back to that, so I've been trying to play games in Japanese as a way to study up on Japanese kanji, which is because in Japanese, if you don't know, they have the 3 different types of like alphabets, I guess you could call it. They have the hiragana, which is like the standard Japanese alphabet. They have the katakana, which they use for all the loan words and everything. It was actually the first alphabet that they created. And then they have the kanji, which is taken like just directly from that just taken directly from Chinese. Which that one is the most difficult one, because it's basically, imagine that you're going to learn what these you have to know about 2,000 kanji and how to read them, like, because they're not just like one letter each, mind you. They're not just one word each. They have multiple meanings, a lot of them. And I would say all of them, like 95% at the very least of them, have at least 2 different ways that you can read them in Japanese. At least. That's like the minimum. So like, I think probably 100% of them have at least 2. So like, because of that, it's like, it's insane to learn new of them. And not to just like be like bitchy about it. It's like, I've learned a lot of them and I use them quite frequently, like in reading and texting with people. Like, I can't write them for shit. That's something that I did in Japanese school. I haven't tried to do that for like 3 years now. But at least reading them is something that I want to do. So I play a lot of games in Japanese. So I recently picked up Seiken Densetsu 3, which would be Secret of Mana 3. I think it's Secret of Mana, the one for SNES. Which that has been a lot of fun, because actually, and this is another, I'm going to go on a different tangent now. I actually played it quite a lot when I was a kid. When I was like, I don't know how old, like maybe like 10 or something, maybe even younger. Because my friend, his name's Daniel, he had, and I don't know how he got a hold of it. I think his brother got him he made him like 2 or 3 CDs that were just like ROMs, like SNES ROMs, Sega, like just like a ton of games. Like back in like, I'm pretty sure it was like late 90s, early 2000s, like definitely before like 2004. 100% before that time. He just had like these 2 or 3 CDs with like thousands of fucking maybe not thousands, but at least hundreds of SNES games, and it was like crazy. We played a lot of them. And I'm like I use percentage a lot to describe what things that I talk about, but no, like I'm pretty sure that we played Seiken Densetsu 3, but I'm pretty sure we played like an English version of it even back then, which like feels like crazy because I know it was only released in Japan. And there have been English like fan translations, but I don't know if those existed back then. So we might have just played it in Japanese. Honestly, I can't tell for sure. But either way, we played that, and I looked for that game for so long. Like when I saw my friend Alvin, he had Secret of Mana. I thought like, oh my god, I played that one, and it turned out to be a different game. I'm like, oh, I guess it was a different version. And then I found out there was like a bunch of different like Secret of blah, 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 blah games, right? There's one for PlayStation 1 or whatever. I thought that was the one. Turns out it wasn't, right? And I didn't find out about that Seiken Densetsu 3 was that game until like maybe like soon, like right before I went to Japan, or like after I came to Japan. I don't remember when, but it feels even now it feels very recent to me. So that was like, it was really fun to like play through that game and like playing not the same characters. I was trying to play different characters than when I played with my friend Daniel, which was so long ago. It was so long ago. I'm feeling super nostalgic about that. Either way, so I've been playing that to like brush up on my Japanese like reading comprehension at least. And of course, you can argue like that doesn't really help, Robin. It's just a bunch of fantasy jargon. You're not going to use that in your everyday conversations, which I know that, but it's like, it's a fun way for me to practice a language. And it just gets me like, it gets me more used to reading kanji, which is like the main part that I want to focus on. I will try to play other games that, like, I think probably one game that would help a lot would be to just like get into like Persona 5 is something that I want to play, because it's set in a more modern setting. Even though they're like high schoolers and they're probably going to talking about like a lot of high school stuff, it's still something that I'm interested in seeing what they do with. And depending on how much voice acting they have, of course, it'll help me understand the text that is written as well. What else? So that was a game that I'm still playing. It's not that I had difficulties picking it up. I kind of did. Like, I've started playing that game a couple of times. Definitely, that's true. I started playing it like maybe 3 or 4 times, and I just never like got past the first hour. As I do, I would say that's very common for me with a lot of games. I get interested in like, you know what, whatever. But now I think I'm at the end game, so I'm definitely gonna finish that game. But other games that I picked up recently, I've been playing Tales of Symphonia, which has been a lot of fun. I reached one point where I just felt like, you know what, I don't want to play anymore right now. I'll definitely pick it up later on. But I just reached a point where it's like, you know what, I don't want to play this because I just reached this part was like, it felt like this lull in the story or something. Like, it felt like, I'm not sure, like, we're progressing, but it doesn't feel like we're doing anything right now. And I was like, because I'm doing it for the Let's Play channel, it's like I try to do a lot of voice acting, which I'm not good at all. And just reading conversations, trying to like both read them out loud and and pay attention to what they're talking about, and trying to like provide commentary, because I don't want to just like read everything and then just be quiet. Combining those 3 together, like 2 of them I can do at once, but I can't do all 3 of them at once. It's very difficult, at least for me. Other people definitely easier. Me, that's a challenge. What else? Is there any other game that I've recently picked up? I'm looking to my right here. This is my right. And I'm trying to see other games that I picked up, because I have the list of like videos and stuff here. Oh yeah, another one is Silent Bomber, which I definitely want to finish, because that's another one like very nostalgic to me. I played it with my friend Daniel. Because we grew up like we were like basically neighbors for about like 7 years almost, I think. He moved to the same like apartment building that I used to live in. Like we were classmates at like first grade, and then from second grade onwards we actually went to the same school. My parents switched me to another school. I don't remember why, but I switched school. Like, now that I think about it, I kind of want to ask them like why did we do that? Maybe because like the first school I was in was not in the best neighborhood. And then he actually started in the same school, and he actually moved to the same building, and he literally lived 1 floor above me. So I would just like every day we would just go up 1 floor and we'd hang out, or yeah, we'd play games and shit together. So that was a lot of fun. But we did play Silent Bomber at one point. At one point he got a hold of that game. I remember. I'm pretty sure I had one like So first of all, I'm going to finish talking about. We played a lot of Silent Bomber together, and made me very nostalgic when I played that game. But I do remember he had that game, but I had the game on like I had the demo, not like a single demo CD, but I had like, or my family had, we had like 10 or like 15 of like the Euro demo something or other that I don't know how people got a hold of those, but we had a lot of them. And they were just like CDs with, or they were just like games, but the menu was just like this trippy fucking background, and then just like a bunch of text for like a bunch of text. It was the title of all the games that you could play the demo for, and it was like about 10 demos per CD or something, and that was fucking awesome. Played all of those, and at one point my parents decided to throw them all away because, you know, my parents doesn't care. They don't care. They don't like games. They don't care about games. What are you growing up? You don't need games. No, I don't know. I don't remember the reasoning why. That's just how it felt to me, because they did kind of the same thing with the. We used to have a Sega, whatever it's called in Europe. I don't even remember. It's so long ago when we had it. I never had Sonic though, actually. But no, they gave it away because you have a PlayStation now. You don't need that. It's a different game. Oh, it's new. So we're just gonna give away the other one that you also like, you know? Like they do. Like if you get another pet, you give your first one away. Kind of deal, isn't it? No. No, I'm just salty about that still. It's been like 20 years. Not exactly, but almost. But yeah, fucking Silent Bomber, that was a fun game. Other games that I picked up recently but never like played through, and that's basically every game for me. There's so few games in my life that I have actually finished. The last game I finished, like that I played to the end, was Hollow Knight. Except for that, there are no other games that I've recently started and like dropped again. I guess one that I've recently started but never, like, I didn't come around to finishing it was the Ace Attorney, like Phoenix Wright, one of those games. One of the latest English versions. I don't remember. It's one where we meet this girl who has, like, she can show a picture of the future or whatever. She's basically, I don't know. I don't remember exactly what she does, but it's that game. If you know which one I'm talking about, good for you. I don't remember the title of the actual game, but it's an Ace Attorney game. Which that one I love the Ace Attorney series. That one I started playing. I played through the first trial and then just kind of like didn't continue. But that's one got on my phone, which you're looking at me through my phone right now. So I apologize about the quality of the image. Hopefully the sound is better because of this guy. But yeah, so that one I'm definitely gonna finish sometime in this year. Hopefully, it's already fucking June. It feels insane to me. Like it's already been half a year since New Year's, and it's only half a year until the next New Year's. It's just proof that time shrinks the older you get, and I'm not the best person to explain that, but if you think about it, every year that you spend, 1 year becomes less time for your perception. When you're a newborn, 1 year is literally all your life. When you go from 1 to 2 years old, then you're spending half your life and extra, right? When you go from 4 to 5, then you're spending 1/5 of your life. It gets shorter and shorter every year you spend, right? So that's why it feels like time actually goes faster the older we get. Pretty sure that's why. But either way, yeah. So I'm probably gonna end it there. What games have you? What games have you not finished lately in your life? What games do you feel the most nostalgic about when you play them again? I didn't mention any of the games that I feel the most nostalgic about, but these are definitely some of, like, they're up there because it's so long ago and I didn't play them as much. Or at least Seiken Densetsu and Silent Bomber. And the demos. Oh, goddamn, I'm so upset that my family threw them away. But either way, It's been great talking to you. It's been great talking to all of you. And I hope you're having a wonderful day. And if you're not, that's okay, because remember, even a good day or a bad day, your day can always get better. Goodbye.